excited to play this weekend, your first preseason game?
Yeah, I'm excited.
For your first time, do you feel like it'll be any different? Was there like a conversation about it at first, or did he just tell you like you'll be playing? Did he ask you, do you want to play, or was it just like you're playing?
Yeah, I think that was something we communicated and talked about and had a plan going forward for sure.
Do you think it's important to play in the preseason? I know you've never done it, but just timing-wise, with a lot of new guys here, do you think it's important to get that live action?
Yeah, I think it's important to be able to see a pass rush and get a feel for getting the ball out and just seeing a game before you actually play in a game.
What was the communication like with Coach Harbaugh? Was it sort of a two-way street there, him asking your opinion, or was it more of him just being like, this is the plan?
It was actually me going to him and saying, hey, would it be okay if I went in and played? Because I think in years past the plan was to rest and see those reps, but I wanted to go out there and see a pass rush because in practice as a quarterback you don't always get the true feeling of a pass rush. So I thought it'd be helpful to go out there and he was understanding and we kind of worked together on talking a plan.
Did the Rams joint practice getting canceled change that for you at all as far as you wanted to play in the preseason?
No, the plan was actually for me to play last week, and then kind of the plan at tackle changed a little bit, and so I think we had to adjust. And so then we kind of worked toward this being the week to play.
How close are joint practices for a quarterback as far as game pass rush? Is it close? And obviously you're not going to hit, but are joint practices closer to it than maybe when you're practicing against your own guys?
I would say that they're the same. I think it's more so to see a different defense, and I think that's one of the good things that we have done is we've got a scout team that is giving us different looks, and I think that's kind of the thing that we've done the past couple of weeks of training for, whether we're playing the Rams or whether we're playing the Saints. But at the end of the day, nothing is the same as a live pass rush and being out there and actually getting tackled. So I think that's one of the things that's helpful about this week for sure.
Any reason you made more of a push like this year? I mean, obviously, look at like you had the injury last year. If you didn't have the plantar fascia thing last year, do you think you would have pushed to play in the preseason, or was this year different in any way in terms of you wanting to play?
I'm not sure. I think I probably wouldn't have changed anything last year. I think I probably would have got more reps during the actual camp, but I thought it was just something that could help. And whether we're watching the film or whether we're going through it, I just thought this was something that could be good for me, good for the team, and so I'm not against trying it.
You mentioned the tackle situation. What was your reaction to Rashawn's injury?
Yeah, just heartbroken for him. We know how special he is and what a great teammate, what a great friend he is, and you never want to see anything like that happen, and especially to a guy that's worked so hard and has done such a great job taking care of his body, and it was just a freak accident. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that we're making him proud. We're going to miss him, but the season's not going to change. It's going to keep coming, and I think that's one of the great things about having Joe Alt as well. He's going to go over there, and Trey Pipkins is a tackle as well, and he's played that. He's played guard. He's been able to see it all. So we're going to have complete confidence in those guys, but we're going to make sure that we're going to do our best to make Rashawn proud.
What's it been like having Keenan back?
It's been good. He's such a smart ball player, and I think he's able to go out there and learn a completely new offense, but not miss anything. Just the way he runs routes, the way he sees defenses. We could call it whatever he wants. He's going to find a way to get open, and I'm glad we were able to make it work here. It had to work for everyone, and I think the front office did a great job of that.
Did it feel like you guys picked up where you left off when you got back out there to practice?
Yeah, like I said, I think he's just got such a great feel for defenses and leverage, and we call a route, and he's going to find a way to make it work, whether it's man zone. He's just a guy that's going to go up and get the ball, and there's a level of comfort thrown to him just knowing that he's got such a great feel. So it's definitely been good to see him back.
So as a guy who went into your second season with expectations, is that a conversation you've had with Ladd at all about navigating going into the second season?
No, I think it's just going out there and having fun and executing, and knowing that he's as talented as they come, and he's worked so hard this offseason and definitely has continued to improve his game, and we know how special he is as well. But just going out there and letting it rip.
Was that at all a challenge for you, or was it just as simple as kind of what you're saying, going from year one to year two? Were there people you leaned on, or was it not really something you thought about?
I don't think it's something you really think about. I think it's just going out there and playing football, the game that you've played your entire life, and having fun with it.
With Ladd and Keenan together, obviously both of them can play inside and outside for you guys. What do you think it adds to the offense, having two pieces that are sort of that interchangeable in terms of how you guys scheme things up?
Yeah, I think it never hurts having playmakers like that. We kind of mentioned it a couple of weeks ago of them playing the same position, but I think Keenan and Ladd too, and based when we've got two tight ends, two receivers, I think they're both able to play out there, F and Z. So I think it's definitely going to be good to have both of those guys out there, knowing that teams may try and double Ladd or they may try and double Keenan, but someone else is going to be one-on-one too. And so I think it helps us as an offense, and especially, you never want to talk about it, but adversity is going to come. And to have another guy like Keenan helping those guys, whether he's in there at F or Z, it never hurts.
What have you seen from the offensive line since what Sean went down?
Yeah, I think one of the great things that we've done this camp too is we've shuffled those guys around and they've been able to play different positions and whether we're having Bose or Zion or Andre at center, I think the communication has been so good that you're able to make up for changing positions. And whether Trey's at right tackle, right guard, he's got a natural feel out there. And as long as those guys are communicating, we're all on the same page, which I think we've done a really good job of communicating. I think that's what's best for us.
What have you seen from Trey Harris?
Yeah, he's a really good route runner. He's made a ton of plays for us, and we're gonna expect him to make a bunch of plays this year for us. Smooth runner, and he's got great hands, and so he's one of those guys that we're gonna have to find out there, get him the ball in space, and something good's gonna happen.